wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it, go on and take your aim, yeah.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy.
This video is brought to you by 9% and powered by Petty Vision Production. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Lego. I ain't here to wake nobody up. I'm here to unplug you.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. God loves.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title we gonna talk about. First, let me get it to the chat. Let me get it to the chat. Gary, what up, though? My 33 brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. James, what up, though? I had to pop out and I keep saying stuff. I gotta do it. But you got your stick. Uh, Brian's my brother. What it do? What the business is? Shout out to the bushes. Shout out to the bushes. Yeah. Hold on. Let me take this bottle into the baby real quick. Daddy duty is not something that you get time off from. Can y'all hear me all right? I don't see Gary complaining right now, so I guess y'all can hear me all right. Gary would have been roasting my mic by now if he couldn't hear me. So I guess we could. Let me just run. No problem, but thank you, bud. Thank you. You know, those one, man. All right. Yeah, man. Reality is sobering. Um, yeah, I just want to touch on this real quick. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long tonight. Um, let's kick back and relax with the fam, right? But shit. So I went to the ophthalmologist today, right? Went to go get my eyes checked on. I ain't checked in 2 years, and I've been living like this for almost 4 years now. So I adjusted rather quickly than probably most people expected. But it's just about accepting. When I tell y'all these things, I'm telling y'all from a personal experience. You know, uh, I had to accept my reality, right? That my vision, I can't see the way I used to. And the sooner I accepted it, the sooner I could start making things happen for myself, right? The sooner I can start making adjustments, start supplementing different things to make like my life just easier. The quicker I accepted it. A lot of times when we go through stuff like life changing, people get stuck in the moment. You know, uh, the reality is, I can't see that well, so I got to make things happen. And the longer I sit there, woe is me, the longer it takes for me to get things done. So I've been living my life like that, right? And so it don't like day in and day out, it don't bother me. But when you go to the doctor, uh, it hit different, right? Especially, you know, uh, my eyesight ain't getting no better. It got worse since the whole incident happened. Since the last time my eyes got checked, they get worse. I know that. I feel it. I live it every day, so I understand that. But I already accepted the fact that one day I'm gonna lose all my vision. I already accepted that. So I'm making life as comfortable as I can now until that day happened. And when it happened, I just keep going. It's just an adjustment. It's gonna hit, but that's just what it is. Shit, people born blind, so I don't get all hung up on that. So anyway, so I'm listening to the doctors and watching the doctors, and that shit made me feel some type of way because these new doctors they don't know me, so they looking at my chart, talking to me, telling them what happened, and they looking like, damn, man, like how can you be sitting here like the doctor at the end of the conversation, like I can see it in his face, like when he doing the test and Um, he's saying how, bad my sight is. I can say it in his face. And, he was like, I'm sorry you're going through this. He said that a couple times. I'm like, I told the nurse, like, you don't have to say that after the second time she said it. I'm like, you ain't gotta say that every time. Like, I'm cool. Like, let's just get this done and see what we can do. Because I need new glasses, right? So I gotta get special lenses. So I gotta go through the protocol. I gotta go through the process of getting approved to see the specialist that I need to see. But anyway, so at the end of the exam, the doctor was like, "Can I ask you something?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "How did you do that?" And I'm like, "Do what?" He was like, "At the beginning, I seen your move, and then now it's like you never had it. Like, I seen you down, but now I see you like it never happened. Like, how do you do that?" And I told him, like, "Man, you gotta care about how you feel. You have to care. Because when you're aware, that's when you can change stuff." And he was like, "Yeah, it sounds simple." I said, "It do sound simple and it take practice, but the more aware you are, the thing you can start implementing different things. Just like me losing my sight, how we talking about implementing different glasses, different screen, um, um, I think he called it a screen shield for the laptop. But it'll be prescription, and my insurance will pay for it. I can get a prescription screen magnifier, you know. So um, I'm like, just like we talk about putting things, you put things in place for when you feel bad, but you have to be aware. And I said, once you're aware, you change it. He said, yeah, but some things you just can't change. And I said, I'm gonna show you the difference between the mindsets. Because by you saying that, that's what you accept. Just like I said, I accept that I'm blind or legally blind. I accept that I can't see that well. And the first thing I did is start making adjustments. And I said, so if you tell yourself that it can't be done or it's hard to be done, guess what you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing about it. What I tell myself is I have no choice but to change it. So no matter how long it takes, no matter what I have to do, my mood will change because I'm gonna make it. No matter what you oh, no matter what you do in life, all right? No matter what you do in life, you have a choice. You have a choice. And either you go choose or somebody go choose for you. Either you go choose how you feel or somebody go choose how you feel. Either you go choose how you think or somebody else go choose how you think. Either you go choose who you are or somebody else go choose who you are. But the choice will be made regardless. So it's best if you do it yourself. If you make the choice and not allow others to make the choice. Oh yeah, I had dropped my yeah, I dropped something. I'm gonna need about 350. What up, unit? Yeah, that's my homie. My bad, I just had IG message pop up from somebody I used to work with. That's weird. I was thinking of this person 2 days ago, and they just messaged me. That is so weird. I was thinking about getting them on the podcast. I was like, that'd be dope. But yeah, so the doctor said he go. Well, I watched him subscribe. He subscribed, so that was kind of cool. He was like, "Yeah, I need to work on that." I'm like, shit, I got a whole page of it, bro. Whatever you need, got a whole page of it. Hey, shout out to Gary, man. Gary did a dope live earlier. Gary did a real dope live earlier, man. Y'all need to go check that out. Um, and it's so crazy. You talking about that 33 energy. Like me, BDB, and Tay was sitting on the phone the other night talking about. different shows we want to do, right? And Brother Gary literally did the show. He didn't like it, it's gonna be titled different and it's gonna hit a little different, but it's the same concept, like the same idea. We thinking the same thing, the same vibe. We asking the same question, and we coming up with our own individual solution. And that's the beautiful thing, right? Because we see the same problem, but we're attacking it a different way. We're attacking it at different angles, and that's the beautiful thing. Because maybe my way might not work for people, so we got Gary way. Maybe Gary way don't work for people, then we have Brian's way. Dee Dee, then we have Dee way, right? So that's the beautiful part. What up, Dee? Appreciate you, sir. But that's the beautiful part. But you know, it's just refreshing that you see other people out here actually talking about solutions to things. You know, it's easy to talk about the problem, right? But it's hard to find a solution. It's something tangible, something that anybody and everybody can practice. You just gotta do it. That's the thing. We can sit up there, man. And he said some deep shit. Gary was there. He said he was saying some real stuff because he was saying that, you know, like we'll say something and then people won't pay attention. But if the media said or some famous person said, then everybody be like, ooh and ah to it. And that's how it be, man. That's how it be. I can tell you something, right? You'll hear it, but somebody from the media or somebody else will say it, and you'll listen to it, but you don't hear me. You don't hear me. But that's cool because those I just kind of chalk that up to like planting seeds, right? Because if I never said it, maybe you wouldn't have listened. If you never heard from me, maybe you wouldn't really listen to what the other person said about it. That's a reality, not the reality, but that's a reality. So that happened to me so many times. People tell me something, and then somebody else said it, and it resonates. But then I always remember where I heard it from first. Like, damn, it's like the second person I hear from is just really confirmation. That's how I go now. You know, that's how I live now. It's just confirmation. But yeah, definitely check out the live brother, busted down Brown because he busted down. He busted down. So definitely check that out. But yeah, reality. All right, so. Uh, yeah, so that's what I was kicking on. And that's the reality, right? Like, that's why I tell people, like, me personally, I can only speak for myself, but I don't be coming on here with no ill intent, and, all this, trying to do nothing to nobody. I ain't even got time for that. Like, I got real life shit to do. So if I come on here, it gotta be, worth my energy, not just my time. But like, I don't mind the time. I spend the time kicking it, but it got to be worth the energy. If the energy ain't right, I ain't fucking with it. I ain't dealing with it. And that's how you got to be, man. You're responsible for protecting your energy. So whatever you give your energy to, your energy, think of it as attention. Attention is time. Time is currency. When you think of it like that, and use that currency wisely, because that currency you can't get back. So using that to kick it with some good people, that's a positive thing. That's a positive thing. that's what yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So, it's sobering, hearing the doctor, seeing their reaction. I did feel some type of way. He said he seen it in my face. I told you I'm bad about holding like facial expressions and shit. I am horrible with it. And I ain't even trying to work on it. I don't really care. That's just me, you know. You say something crazy or stupid or it's something real, I mean you gonna say it in my face. That's why I don't play poker. But I do not play poker. I'll be like, this is bull. But I mean you got a choice, so you choose, but reality will eventually sober people up, especially on this internet. You can be drunk with the attention on this internet, but when reality, that's why like people be like you can like when a person like think about this, right? What I want to tell me y'all opinion about this. In fact, I'm gonna give you a scenario, right? When a person comes on the internet and get exposed and it doesn't bother them, what does that say to you about that person? How do y'all look at people like that? People who get exposed for lying, for cheating, or whatever they exposed for, who it doesn't bother them. Like they keep moving forward like nothing happened. Place it down, Brown. Gary, BB will be proud of me. What up, though?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. Go ahead.
But I'm happy you came on the panel. You're probably like one of the most perfect people to answer this question. Like, what do you think about people who say somebody came on here lying about um, just their status or position in life and they got exposed and it didn't bother them? How do you look at people like that?
Well, to be honest, how I feel there's always a person that don't really be caring about their image, their reputation. Some people just be faking the phone. You know what I mean? Like we say that our content is our character, but we turn around and then see people be putting up facades like they're the most caring person in the world, but in the meantime, they in the background tearing people's souls out, hurting feelings, cursing people out type scenario. You know, so a person like that gonna get exposed. They ain't gonna care. They gonna hide, but then come back like nothing ever happened. You know what I mean? Like I did it, and yeah, y'all caught it. So what? It's a lot of people with no morals. So how do you approach that? You know what I mean? How do you approach somebody with no morals?
Bro, I try
How
to
do you
stay away from I ain't gonna lie to you,
it,
bro. That shit is like demon time to me. Like when they have no shame, when they have no sense of pride, when they have no integrity, like you said, morals. When I don't see that in people, when they void of that, bro, I try to stay the fuck away from it. I try my best to. I ain't gonna lie to you. In real life, I do. It's easy. On here, is a little difficult, but I just don't. Once I see it and recognize it, I gotta. Yeah. So there's people on here like I avoid like the plague, bro. Man, I thought okay, I thought I was tripping, man, because I'm like, bro, it's like some people have no like you. I don't know, man. I don't know. That shit's just weird. E, what up, though, sis? Yeah, that's weird, man. When people, and they capable of anything, right? You don't know if they go, you don't know nothing. They can tell you anything. You don't know if it's the truth or a lie. Is I don't see how you. I don't know.
Yeah, I was talking, I was on mute. uh, nah, it's like people don't care if they're hurting people or not. You know what I mean? It's like that's the reality of the whole thing. You sitting there, you you tearing a whole person's reputation down, right? So I'm gonna use me. So somebody turns around and say, "Yo, all of that positive stuff he's speaking, he don't do that in real life." Then he'll curse you out. He'll turn around and talk about your mama right in your face. That'll ruin me because I'm sitting there trying to put a image to a to an avatar, but they trying to ruin me just because I'm trying to do the right thing. Some people some people will make your good evil spoken of, and that's like for me, I can't handle that, especially when I'm right. You know what I mean? Like I'll stand tall when I'm right. You can humble me by proving me wrong. I'll shut up real quick. But when I'm right, my reality is correct in my eyes. I'm going to bat for it. But you just got people that's doing this and they don't really care about nobody else. They don't care about how you feel. They more worried about what they say, clicks and views. I ain't here for that. I know we already have hurt people around us. So why am I sitting here trying to hurt more people? You know what I mean? The reality is that a lot of us that's on here, a lot of us may think this is entertainment, but a lot of us is really looking for somebody to talk to, somebody to motivate us to do the right thing. That's why I kept saying we the last to know things. We can't even read people no more because the reality is we just so into ourselves. We ain't worried about what everything else is happening. So that's the suck part about the whole thing. It's crazy though. You know what I mean? It's we gotta live in our truths. The truth is, if we have an assignment to do, if it's in our heart to do the right things, that's what we're supposed to be doing. There's people that do the wrong thing and feel like that's the right thing to do, but that's in their heart. I mean, I'm gonna have a problem with it, but how do you convince them that they're wrong? Me going back and forth with a person ain't gonna get nothing done. It ain't gonna get nothing resolved. So how do I fix that? Do I just leave them alone? I may have to because the reality is they think they're on the right path. They could be going in the wrong direction. So those are the things that we got to worry about. Those are the things, especially on here. Real life, like you said, you don't gotta. You can duck a person. It's not because you're afraid of them. You just don't want to be around that energy, that drama, that chaos. I mean,
The
you can do that here,
destruction.
but still, you did the same thing. I know. I was right behind you. But the fact is, if you have if you like I said before, you have an assignment, right? The word's gonna give you some words of understanding, of learning, some tutelage to help you understand what you need to do to go forward in life. Somebody turns around and says, you know what, that shit he talking about, he don't do that in real life. What you gonna do? You gonna shut down? I mean, you shouldn't shut down because at the end of the day, If you standing on your 10 toes about this, what you shutting it down for? You are who you are. You gotta continue to be yourself. But the reality is, like I said, there's gonna be plenty of people that's gonna make your good evil spoken of.
Miss Tracy, I don't know if I said what up though. What up though, Miss Tracy? Appreciate you. And you know what, man, I'll be honest with you, only thing I see myself shutting down for is because I feel like I'm wasting my time. Once I feel like I'm wasting my time, then I'm on to something that's more beneficial. That's just how I look at stuff. Like if I feel like it's wasted, then I move on. But I feel like, I'm willing to grind it out, you know. But it got to be for the right reasons, the right purpose. That's like when you say clicks and views. When I first came on here, bro, I used to say the same thing, right? And then I talked to another content creator, and they told me, well, and I was telling them my reason. Like my reason was I don't care about the clicks and views. I got a message to get through. And he said, well, you got to think about this. You on YouTube. So the more clicks and views you get, the more people hearing that message. So just recalibrate your thinking. And I'm like, you're right. That's why I implemented that. But I don't put clicks and views over my morals. I don't put clicks and views over my message. I don't put clicks and views over my purpose. I won't sell out for clicks and views, but I understand I have to get clicks and views. If I want to be heard, because what's the point of saying it on here? If ain't nobody gonna listen to it. So if I'm trying to put out a message, I want people to hear it. So I have to find an effective way to do that. So the clicks and views is a part of that efficiency of me being effective. If I'm doing it the right way, it's not for me. It's just not about the message, but it's also about getting it out. We can have a message and it can be in a bottle and floating around the ocean, right? So unless somebody find that bottle and read the message and it relates to other people, then it's just a thought, really. And I did. I mean, that's cool, but I won't change. You're right, man. But you're right, though. Like people will come on here and attack your character, and usually because they can't, like you were saying earlier, because they attack your character because they can't attack the message. That'd be the funny thing, bro. People can't attack what I'm saying, so you gotta attack me. Okay, I'm prepared for that too, though.
That's the
Blue,
hurtful
what
part
up,
of
sis? My bad, my bad.
it. Blue Rose, good. Damn, tired. Good morning. But that's the sad part of it, right? They so busy worrying about who's delivering the message. Why is you worried about who's delivering the message? The reality is the message is meant for someone to be heard. You worried about who's delivering it. Everybody's so busy worrying about, well, if this person going down, that person going down, but I'm sitting there telling you like, yo, you gonna go down if you don't change your attitude. If you don't change your life, you're gonna keep being involved in nonsense. But let somebody else with status have that conversation. He right, but you got that one little person in that little corner that's holding up the sign saying the same thing. What was the difference? The messenger? That's just like going to church. When you go to church, they sitting there talking about God is using that person. Then God may not be using that person. All he doing is using his soothsay abilities and say, oh, God got a word for you. Oh yeah, God used them. No, you worried about the messenger. What's the message? If the message is to get on out there and do what you're supposed to do, you should be doing it. You know what I mean? But the fact that there are so many people that has an assignment and they need to be doing it, but they're afraid that their message ain't gonna be received. That's why people going through what they're going through, right? You doing a great job trying to carve your niche, right? You're trying to carve you a sector. Not let me not say a sector because Somebody might
Nah,
say
I'm trying
something
to
crazy.
create a sector. Nah, I'm crazy like that. I want a whole sector. I'm a
Yeah,
nut,
that
bro.
look. As soon as you say that, there they go. Look, he trying to create his own sector. We gotta shut it down. Like, why would you shut it down? Why are you
Right?
even trying?
I'm
Why are
not,
you trying to? You trying to
bro.
stop the momentum? Reason? What's the
Mhm.
reason? You know what I mean? All he trying to do is just, you know what? I got a bit of information for y'all. If you use it, go ahead use it. If you don't use it, leave it on the table. Oh no, he think he better than us, or she thinks she's better than us, or they think they holier than thou, or whatever the message, whatever the nonsense is gonna be. There's people really out that's trying to stop that from happening. All because of the reality they don't want you to do it. Anybody else but you. And that's whack.
And you know what, man? You just said something, and it's something that I had told. Something I tell. I used to. I used to be a smart ass. I'm still a smart ass, but I used to really be condescending, right? And people say that to me all the time. You know, you think you better than me. And you know what I used to tell them, bro? Actually, you thinking that, not me. I'm just focused on what I'm doing. And while I'm doing what I'm doing, you thinking about me. So it's not me thinking I'm better than you. It's you thinking I'm better than you. And that's what it be. Well, you look at the reality of things. That's why I never say that because I don't look at nobody like they're better than me. So I never think that. I look at people like, even if they are doing better than me, I look at them as like, damn, that's inspiration. That's motivation. Like, that's a level I can get to because I see someone on it. So I can get there. If they got there, I can get there. That's how I think. To think that someone is better than you have to think less of yourself. So when people say that, it be telling me, I'm telling you, bro, if you say that and somebody like a psychologist or you, or somebody who study people hear you, they gonna tell you the same thing I'm telling you. It's the way they it's the way you comprehend. Like when you say stuff like the other day, I forgot who I was in somebody's chat and the dude was like, man, I never say pause because people say pause because they're thinking of, something, homosexual. That's why they say pause. So you saying pause, but you're thinking of it. And dude's like, no, that's not what it means. I'm like, actually, it is. That's why I never say it. I don't think like that, so I don't need to say pause. If I say something like, "Oh, yeah, it's getting hard," I ain't about to say no pause because whatever I'm talking about that's getting hard, that's what it is. So no, I'm not about to sit here and be paused. No dig. Nah, I don't do none of that stuff because I'm not thinking like that. That thought has to come in your head to come out your mouth. So you can say I'm not thinking about it, but yes, you is because you had to think about it to say pause, so won't nobody else think that you thinking of it. Bro, I can't make this shit up. But that's why I
No,
never say somebody is better because I literally don't think like that.
well, the crazy part of like I told you a while ago, I could sit here and with greatness and understanding, I could sit there and tell another man I love him. Somebody in the back of their mind is like, oh, that nigga's gay. Pause. I'm not pausing that.
Hmm.
Love is not.
Right.
It's not a relationship thing. It's not only just a relation type of scenario. You know what I mean? But you got people that because that negative entity is running rampant and is on fire, they just gonna run with it. And
Bro, do you do you know
man,
how do you know how much better the world would be if people told one another that more often? I love you. If that frequency, if that energy was admitted naturally, or I ain't gonna say that, but consistently, if we said that to one another more occasionally, even more occasionally, bro, it'd be a different world. But like you said, people want you to think like that. It's a purpose. They don't want that energy out of it. They want that
man,
energy to keep it.
You exactly right, and that's the thing. They don't want that energy out. They don't want you to speak life into love. They want you to be a homophobe or something to that extent. Why? Because I told a man that I love that man. I don't love a man as a human being, but y'all just gonna take it as a sexual relation. That's retarded to me. That don't even make sense. And another thing that don't make sense. You said this a while ago, right? The competition thing, right? The
Hmm.
reality, if you doing everything correctly, what the hell are you competing with? What are you competing with? If you doing, for example, I think my live was great, right? If somebody comes in and duplicates it or steals the idea or whatever, I don't care. I'm not competing with that person. That means it registered to that one person, so I don't gotta compete with them. What am I competing for? The message is still being pushed out. It may be pushed out by another person, like you said earlier. Your delivery may be better than my delivery. Your approach may be better than my approach. So if you take if you can't play that. I don't I'm not telling nobody that you plagiarizing my words. I'm not doing that. I don't care. The message is more important. But because you got so many people competing, I got 1,000 subs. I got 92 subs. You think I'm trying to catch you at 1,000? I don't care. You can get a million off of mine. I don't care. The message is what's important, not the quote unquote competition, because you're going to be competing by yourself. If you're doing the right thing, there's nothing to compete for. But because everybody got that selfish mentality, it's a competition for everybody. I don't even know where that came from, but that's an opinion that they're trying to make a reality, and that's the sad part too.
And that, they encourage competition, and no one talks about complimenting, but they encourage competition, even in team sports. They encourage competition with the players, but they don't really, express. They tell you you need to work together, but I'm talking about enforcing complimenting as an idea, even in competition. You know, I just feel like especially in team sports, yeah, you competing against another team, but on your team, if one person lose, I just feel like the whole team lose. But like you
What up,
said, I
though?
mean, they make that a reality. Nate, what up, though? They making that a reality with people, and then even, but man, I'm telling you, it is, man. I don't even know how to say it without. It's look. I ain't trying to belittle nobody, but it's the more I live, the more I understand that it's just levels to everything, and some people just don't. They don't try. That's the only thing I can think of, bro. Like some people just don't try, and that's even people close to me. That's where I observed it from. So on here is just a smorgasbord. It's just a larger sample size, but in real life, I know people who don't try. And when you don't try, you never know what you're capable of. If you ain't trying stuff, if you ain't moving forward, then time moves forward. Time doesn't stop. So if you're not moving with it, you're gonna get left behind. And that's what happens a lot. Like what you was talking about, man. I wanted to hit that panel so bad, bro. I wanted to tell you drop the link because, like what you was talking about, we always the last to know something, you know. And people always complain, especially. I'm not even gonna say the black community. I'm gonna say because there's people from all races, all cultures. I'm not gonna say less fortunate, but it's just people who not at the top. you know. And like a lot of the stuff, a lot of stuff I didn't go to school for, right? When I'm talking about personality behavior, I ain't go to school for psychology, but I self-studied that. I put the work in, years of it, more than people go to school. I've been studying. I've been into psychology since I was 11 years old, bro. And this is something I consistently keep up on. Like something I consistent. This is a way of life to me. And I don't even have a degree in it, but I have to know how things work. And one thing I need to understand is people because I'm a person I have to interact with people. So it's important to me because I learned. Like you can say it was from the street, but I had to learn like messing with the wrong people, bro. It can have deadly consequences, like in real life. Like you dealing with the wrong. You see these stories, bro. Just that young boy who just that rapper. They talking about somebody in his crew set him up, backdoored him. We hear those stories all the time. I lived that. Like I couldn't trust everyone around me. People I grew up with tried to set me up. My own family tried to set me up a couple times. So it's like, who do you trust? But do you want to go on living your life like that? Like, and people, you hear people say, "I can't trust no one." When I hear someone say that, you know what I think? You are someone, and you're telling yourself that you can't even trust yourself. If you a trustworthy person, then you have to know there's other people out there trustworthy. You just have to find the right people. That's the reality. But the reality is people just shut themselves down. Why? Because, like you said earlier, they're the last to know. Because they experience this, they think this is all life has to offer. And it's not. You're just in the wrong environment. You're around the wrong people. You're doing the wrong. It's you. You have to do better to get better. That's just what it is. I mean, you can say we behind the eight ball, all this shit, but at the end of the day, if I didn't start doing better, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I had to do better to get better. And I'm not at the top of no mountain or nothing like that. I got a pretty cool fucking life. I got an awesome wife. I got two beautiful kids. I can go outside, let my dog run around, take the kids in the backyard. I got a swing set back there for 'em. My backyard look like a damn. I got my son got a roller coaster. He got two bikes. Everything I need in life. I got. Do I got $1 million? No. I said everything I need, not everything I want, but I got everything I need. I got things that people who millionaires don't got. Like if you heard the interaction between me and my wife. I got like a storybook. I got a fairy tale life with my wife. Bro. I don't think if she cheat, all these problems I hear today, and I'm like, y'all fucking with the wrong people. That's why the wrong things are happening. That's an indicator. You're fucking with the wrong people. Just simple as that. We complicate it. We want people to conform and do. That's not life. I done got into a whole nother subject. But back to what you was talking
No,
about.
no. See, that's the thing. You was on subject because it's still about the reality of a thing. You understand what I'm saying? For example, the reality of not of the reality of what you just said, the story, just you turned a fairy tale. You got a white picket fence. There's people afraid to even go out there and start the process. That's a reality. There's people out there that's so afraid that I don't know how to love somebody. Wait, how you don't know how to love you? That means you can't love yourself. So how does that work?
Mhm,
How? But you want, but you want the perfect woman that's gonna quote, quote unquote submit. You want the perfect man that's gonna provide, but you can't love him. How's that gonna work if you don't know what your part is? You gotta hold yourself accountable. I keep telling people
mhm,
the reality is you can only count to somebody when you hold yourself accountable. If you don't hold yourself accountable, how are you going to count to somebody? They're going to pass right by you. That's a reality. Oh, how you can you tell somebody to hold themselves accountable? I ain't got to tell them nothing. I could. I'm pretty sure if you don't hold yourself accountable, 95% of the time you are sitting by yourself. You ain't got no, or you surrounded by yes people, yes men, yes women. Well, how far is that going to get you? How far is a yes person gonna get you? Man, I should slap. Go slap the police, man. We got your back. Then when you go to jail, what happens? Nah, man, I knew you was behind the wall, man. I couldn't. Yeah, I didn't have the money to bail you out. You couldn't come see me either, because the reality is there are so many people that's around you that just want to. They want to ride your coattail because you a blessing, and that's just the truth. Because you're a blessing, you sitting there worrying about what I can do. Nah, don't worry about what I can do. Be your own. Be your own leader. Lead yourself to the victory. Stop following me. If you around me long enough, you should be able to pick up something. This is why we gotta float around. We gotta understand there are positive. There are people that have understanding. You got people like Ron. You got people like Girl Dad. You got people like Nate. You understand? They can, if you apply a little bit of everything, it'll become a beautiful picture. But because
Mm.
you want to be left to know something, I got all the answers, so on and so forth. You sitting there painting a picture with no portrait. How do you do that? And that's the problem with the world.
Girl, Dad, what up, though? Bust it down, bro. Man, when you say that's because I bust the information down, I was like, that's perfect. That's real. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But yeah, that's all facts, bro. I love how you broke that down, bro. This the reality, man. The reality is, if we want better, we just have to do better, and that's putting ourselves around better people, putting ourselves in better environments, putting ourselves in position to receive better. Because if you ain't doing that, then you're doing the opposite of it. That's just what you're doing. You either go do the right thing or the wrong thing. You know. So I just man, when you were saying that earlier, bro, that it was like I said, the sobering reality. But reality is very sober. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't know if you seen that last comment when I put the sheep like to say sleep until they get to the slaughterhouse. Well, until they get to the slaughter. And what I meant by that is people like to just follow, man. And then when they get to where they going and they realize like, hold on, man, this ain't where I thought we was going. But you just follow blindly. You know, even the way I spit the information, I put it in a way people can observe it for themselves. I'm not asking you to follow me. Even the 9%, I've never asked no one in the 9%, hey, follow me. I say, hey, we all leaders. You know, we all can lead. We all can take a point. You know, we all get that skill. Even Commander, you know, she come up on the panel and rock the panel. You know, people didn't even hear her voice before, but that's why I called her Commander. I seen her on panels before. But she can, if she needed to, if she wanted to run a show, trust me, she could. You know, she don't follow. She a leader. She might not do content, but Commander is a follower. I can't be around. I understand, like, you know, people will want to follow to learn how to lead. I understand some people will want to follow. I don't mind that. But what I'm saying is, where I'm at right now, I need people strong around me who can lead and follow, and who can, because at points I'm a follow, and at points I'm a lead.
That's but the reality is that's what makes you a great leader, right? If you really sit back, if you really think that is the reason why the president got advisors. You're not
Hmm.
you're not in you're not in tune with every aspect of leadership. That's why you need counsel. You know, I mean, it's crazy how you like I said, I'm gonna go back to my message of the messenger, right? You said this is what you say. This is what you want the 9% to you want this to be the sticker. You might as well put this as a hashtag. A better you is a better us, right? You're saying pretty much that because you are improving, you can help all of us to improve. That's pretty much what your mantra is saying. But
Mm.
because it's you saying it, somebody's going to find a problem with it. Why? The reality is that statement is factual. If, for example, Didi comes up every once in she makes a video every once in the blue, right? But every day she's giving you a motivational post. She's trying to uplift somebody. She's trying to make somebody better. Their day elevates because her her post is doing its job. She just made somebody better. What's wrong with that? You understand? Because she don't do content that's supposed to be the wrong. No, there is no wrong way to be right. Right is always going to be right. But the reality is, people want to pick and choose who they want to follow. But the greatest leader has to be an awesome follower. Because if he's not picking up notes, if he's not studying, he's not observing, or she's not observing, where you gonna lead me to? The brick wall? You can't lead me nowhere because you don't have the understanding of what you're picking up. So that's the reality of the thing. Listen, like I said, we all gotta do better. I gotta do better. Y'all don't think I need to do better? I'm telling you I need to do better because there's no perfect person on the planet Earth. That's why I said earlier, if you work while it's day, you still got time to learn. If you breathing, you still got time to improve yourself. You still got time to hit reality. I don't know everything because when nighttime falls, you ain't opening up them eyes to see the next day, maybe. Well, for sure, because that's nighttime. That's the nighttime I'm talking about. Stop
Mm.
being grown, be and continue to grow. Don't be grown, continue to grow. That's why you know this word. Your babies are sitting there picking up every piece of word you're saying. They like sponges. They grasping, they grasping, they grasping, they grasping. That's why the higher power always telling you you will always be a childlike entity. Because as long as you're a childlike entity, you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. Don't listen to my profanity. Stay out of grown folks' business. That's why they don't want you in grown folks' business. Because once you think you're grown, you gonna start talking like them. They ain't trying to learn nothing. You gotta be in a reality. The reality is every day you're trying to learn something. Every day you're trying to improve yourself. Every day you should be trying to be the best you that you can be. The reality is there's some people that like to sit in their own shit. That's just the reality.
Girl, Dad, what up, though? Lady Shea Butter, what up, though, sis? Appreciate y'all, man. My bad, girl, Dad. But bro, we cooking Diddy. What's good, I'm Diddy. What up, Diddy? Dre, what up, Dre? Trying to be at my party. Nah, we ain't. Nah, I don't party like that, Diddy. Nah, I don't party like that, man. I'm a family man. I don't even party no more. Uh, yeah. If I go to a party, I'm bringing wife and kids, bro. So yeah, I don't think they welcome to no Diddy party. I'm straight. Literally, I'm straight. So yeah, but I gotta have a little fun. But bro, this is man, it's some good. I can't wait till I get my laptop. It should hopefully this check comes tomorrow. I think that's 5 days, 3 to 5 business days. But yeah, we got some good content coming up, bro. I'm doing a show with
Commander,
Tay.
hold on, word, Commander. We got Diddy in the house. He trying to go to the party. Check that out for us, please.
What up, though, Nine? Commander in the building. I was just giving you praise, sis. Well deserved, well deserved. Hey, shout out to Tay Eats too, man. Yesterday was her birthday, man. Shout out to Tay. I was trying to come. I was trying to not yesterday, the day before yesterday. I was trying to come live, but my daughter wouldn't uh, sleep. So shout out to the birthday girl, man. Shout out to T. She inching close on that. I ain't even gonna tell her age. She tell it anyway. But yeah, I ain't about to get cussed out. All that.
I was joking with her like she talking about I'm 30. I said, ain't no daggone 39. Get out of here. You a
Oh, you
nine,
said
but you
it.
ain't.
I mean,
You
let
know
them
what I
to the
mean? It's
door. You good?
people don't understand, man. It's a blessing to see today. We sitting here wasting our time with nonsense, foolishness, right? Everybody with a kid, everybody that for the ladies that birthed a child, for the men that helped produce a child, you are a leader. I don't care how you see yourself, how you view it. And if you ain't a part of that kid's life, you know what that means? You don't care about nothing about yourself. At the end of the day, your child is your reflection.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand that that child's going to reflect everything about you. It's going to reflect you. It's going to reflect the other parent. It's a balance. You got to be the balancing part. You got to be the balance part. Meaning you can't. Y'all both can't be crazy. Both parents can't be crazy. But if you
I
got two
feel bad
balance,
for my kids.
there you go. But if you
I had to say
both,
it.
if both parents ain't balanced, your kids a few fries short of a happy meal. You know what I mean? But you, at the end of the day, you still a leader because, like I tell people all the time, once you have a child, you're your child's first teacher. They ain't going to no they ain't going to no infant school. You the school. Whoever's at home is going to be the school. The goal is to make sure that they have an understanding of getting up and standing straight, having balance on their feet so they can actually walk. They crawl, then they stand up. You're teaching them how to gain their balance. You're going to teach them how to go to the bathroom. You're going to teach them how to do ABCs. If you bilingual, you'll be teaching them both languages. You are the first teacher. That means you're leading somebody somewhere. The reality is, you even as a parent, you're an influencer. You influence your children to wherever they're gonna go. But if you got that, woe is me, I'm the last to know. You teaching your kid nothing. That's what they're gonna be. Nothing. I don't want no kid to be
Okay.
that way. But there are people that's leading like that because they
Mm-hmm.
don't understand. In order to lead, you gotta be in a up position. You can't lead from a bottom. A loser can only teach you how to lose because he
Mm-hmm.
can't correct his own mistakes or she can't correct her mistakes in order for her to win that or he to win that situation. There's plenty of people out here that's down because anxiety is this and anxiety is that, and you don't want to try to balance out your anxiety. There's people with so much bad anxiety that if they get excited about hitting lotto, that'll affect them negatively. Who the hell want to live life like that? That's not a reality. That's sad.
Fact. Mars. I love the trolls I have, bro. Stop looking at your mom's pictures, man. I wouldn't advise. Oh man. Oh crap. Did I fall off? I'm pushing too many buttons. But Lady Shay, man, you know you welcome to hit the panel anytime. But bro, that was so fire, man. And that's what like I be telling people about I just be trying to put people on game, man. Share like you said, what's the purpose of having wisdom and knowledge if you don't pass it along? So I mean, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a celebrity or nothing like that. But I've been through some shit, man, and I made it through. I'm on the other side of it. And I understand the things that got me through and the things that I was missing while I was going through. So I just try to share that information, you know. I always came on here and said I'm trying to share information because I understand like there's a lot of con artists and scammers and people on here portraying. That's why it's like where I consciously think of ways to do things so I'm different from other people and not to be different, but to be different, if that makes sense. Like not to say, hey, I'm better than someone, but to show like my intentions are pure. Like I got good intentions. Like, and you can't, information is information. You can't force it on nobody. I would love people to have it. I would love people to use it. Because it made me feel good when I see the results and people actually get through. Like, bro, I didn't been shot. I didn't been stabbed. I got stabbed by my stepdad, bro. Like, I hear people talking about forgiveness, bro. I can write a book on forgiveness, or I can just tell you how to do it, or what it took for me to get there. So I mean, I've been through my brother, bro. There's a reason I can't see. My wife mad. Everybody's still mad. I'm like, I'm living life. I'm moving forward. So there's a choice, though. Like I was saying earlier, it's gonna be a choice made. It's just, are you gonna choose or you gonna let somebody else choose for you?
Yeah.
Probably be walking out here all mad and angry at something that is already done and over with, and I'm not doing it, bro.
I ain't trying to do it either. You know what I mean? And my other line, man, that abundance is worth more than $1 million sometimes. Because your abundance of peace can buy you so much that money can't buy. The peace, the comfort. You know how many people would love to be sitting at home teaching their kids this, that, and the third, but they can't because they out there they trying to gain $1,000, let alone 1 million. The reality is you are doing things that other people can't do. You are enjoying a life that people would say is a downfall. You turning your curse into a blessing. So one of the biggest misnomers is that God don't bless and mess, right? I don't agree with it because if you take the good parts out of the mess, you can build something that's that outlasts that mess that you just left. You just got blessed because you took it out of the mess. You understand what I'm saying? But that's for me, that's a misnomer. I know people are gonna say that's not how it's supposed to be, or whatever the case is. But you gotta understand, man, when you got that Christ-like entity, you could turn a dollar out of 15. You could make $1 out of 15 cents. I don't think people really understand how hard it is to make $1 out of 15 cents, especially today. You know what I mean? The reality is when you on your grind and you trying to do the best that you can sell salt to a slum. When your back is against the wall, you can sell ice to an Eskimo. How you do that? It's you. It's your demeanor. It's your character. It's your delivery. It's your pitch. But if you don't work on yourself, you will never know what you have. But if you got an abundance of understanding, an abundance of communication, an abundance of relaxing your mind to have it at ease, you can do more than anything and anybody that has the riches of the world. But we only focus on the world because we are in the world. We got to live in it, but we should not be confined to it. The inner peace is an important part of life. The mind, body, soul working together is more integral than you killing yourself for $7.25. But we don't understand that because why we in the world, and that's just the reality of this thing. We can't both be on mute. But yeah,
Oh my bad.
it's
I was
hard.
sitting there. I was talking. I'm
Go
like,
ahead. No,
I know I heard you say that. I'm like, nah, I'm just talking. But that hit, yeah, that hit hard right there, bro. Because, uh, like when you said, you just in the world. Is first thought that came to my head was like, what are you creating? Why aren't you creating your own world, your own reality? Everybody else do it. Why not you? The people who we celebrate, the people who people envy, the people who people just they created their own world, bro. They created it, and they live good, and you can too. You have that opportunity. You can author your story. You know, it's just people. I don't know. They don't want to put the work. I guess there's a lot of different circumstances of why, but the reality is the reason why is you just not doing it. You just not doing it. I mean, it really don't matter why you're not, but no, you're not doing it. Oh, I come from this. I come. It don't matter where you come from. It's people who came from the slums and living rich. It's kids who never know. They never know what being poor is because their parents made it there and promised they'll never go back and put themselves and their next generations in position to never experience that. People do that. So why can't you? Oh, because I'm not this. Nah, man. Yeah, your path might be harder. My path is harder than most people's, bro. I can wake up every day hoping I can see. I don't complain about it. I don't say, "Oh, look at this person who can see and I can't." And look at they just taking it for granted. Nah, bro. I know my path is harder. So what? There's people who got harder paths than me. I just appreciate my like when you said my curse. It wasn't a curse to me. Me losing my sight. I mean, even say it's a blessing, but it wasn't a curse. It was just part of my life lessons, man. It's just part of life. It's just my obstacles, my adversity. It's something within that for me to learn, to be better, to do better. That's just how I look at it. I mean, well, like you said, I found the good in it. Uh, if I didn't lose my sight, I wouldn't be sitting at home with my kids like this. I'd be out working. I was trying to get the money, and I just had to find it. It gave me the opportunity to find a more creative way to do that. Lady Shay is in the house. What up, sis?
Peace and salutes. Mic check real quick.
Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
yeah, what's crazy too, right? We always talking about, you know, people and their realities, right? Let's just say, for example, you hit the lotto, right? You see so many people that hit the lotto, they go broke real quick because they didn't have to earn what they got. They got six numbers or they unscratched the card and became a millionaire. Is a reason why those millionaires and those billionaires is they got that money still to this day. The Rockefellers are still rocking because they understand for everything that they earn, they're going to try to keep it. But when something is given to you, you're not appreciative of it. That's why you got to continue to work and you work on yourself. If you work on yourself, you'll understand how far you came. If you started from the bottom and you started from together and then you came all the way up, now you got your first million. Now you want 10 million. Then you want 100 million. You striving for it is what's going to keep you motivated for you never to go broke. This is not trading places, and you're not betting a dollar to see if we can bankrupt somebody. Nah, that's a one shot deal. That's a movie anyway. But the fact that you're going to earn what you get instead of it being given to you is more appreciative, and you'll never have to worry about going broke again, especially when you earning it. It's a difference, but that's a reality too.
Definitely, bro. I'm gonna let Lady Shay's talk before I add to that, but yeah, that's sauce, straight sauce, out the jar.
Shout out to your word. Appreciate you for allowing me up, Gary, and of course everyone in the chat. I will be quick because I don't like to be long winded, and I can be. So, just to add on to what you were saying, Gary, yeah, definitely. One of the things that I've learned from myself, if you haven't put in the work, if you haven't done it for yourself and things are just given to you, do you really appreciate it? I mean, come on, let's just be fair. If you're given everything freely, right, with no type of worry or footwork or headache, energy drain, right, time spent, we're just gonna think of it as easy come, easy go. I can just pick up the next thing, and again, it doesn't matter. So definitely, when we take that time to appreciate the work that we do for the stuff that we get, it makes it just that much more better. So yeah, always, always, always gotta work on yourself. And hey, what's wrong with putting a little work in? Is what I always say.
That was all facts, sis. All facts. I'm dropping ragu everywhere. I want to drop some sauce too. I'm gonna try to be concise with it though. Adding on to what Brother Gary and what Lady Shay just said. Check this out, man. If it's given to you, you don't know how to get it. That's just what it is. You know, if you don't put the work in, you ain't gonna know how to get it if you lose it. That's why, like with Gary, that was a perfect analogy. People get rich and they lose the money and they broke because they don't know how to get it. They go scratching cards again, playing the lottery, and they some people hit again, some people don't. But ultimately, if you work for it and you lose it, you know how to get it back. So it's the lessons and doing things what you learn. Like Lady Shay said, the hurdles, the headaches. So if you think about that, if you rich and you never had to struggle to get them riches and you lose it and you try to get it back, as soon as you meet that adversity, you're gonna be like, fuck it. And that's what happens in life when you're given things and you lose it, you don't know how to get it back. So if you get it, if it's given, you don't know how to get it.
Yeah, it's just crazy. You know what I mean? It's just like if you build a house. You remember back in the day when people like, I'd be damned if I give my house up. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing just for somebody to come and take it. This, that, and the third. They worked hard to make this a reality for their family, for their wife, for their kids, and they try to pass it on. Sometimes the powers that be, they come in, and try to take you out, but you're gonna fight for it till the end because at the end of the day, you put your work into it. You know the efforts that you've done it for. We got to do that with ourselves. We got to do that with our everyday being. Because if we don't do that, we just sitting there letting mainstream tell us what's right and what's wrong. No, it's already in you. You should know that from the gate. But because you don't know how to go into your own storehouse and take out what you need, all it's doing is rusting out. And when it's like a battery that you never use. It ain't gonna be 100% soon as you take it out. If it's been in there for 2, 3 years, you gotta recharge that thing. You gotta use that thing. The same thing about your car. If you don't ride your car for 5 years, you think that battery's gonna be at 100%? You tripping. That's not how this goes. You gotta crank that thing up to see if it's still active. It can always be charged up, but if you don't use it, you don't know how much you can overkill the battery because you don't know how much juice is in the battery. That's why you got to continue to work on yourself. That's why you got to earn your keep in the world. You can't just keep living off of somebody back. You can't just be riding somebody's coattail because they got a blessing. Get your own blessing. Be a blessing, and then you can understand why people don't want to. Why people don't really want to be pulling on other people's coattails because it's yours. You earned it.
Yeah, perfect example. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, actually I was gonna go live, but I was talking myself out of it. Then I seen that you was on. I said, "Hey, let me drop in." So you already know I had to pop up and shout out to the line, right? But um, appreciation, being appreciative of yourself and everything that you go through, right? Like I put in the chat, be uniquely you and love it and bask in it, right? We all go through things. We all go through different things. We all go through similar things. And we all go through some things that, hey, if you wasn't there, can't explain it because you didn't see it. You haven't experienced it, so I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you'll catch it one day, right? And with that, you know, I think everyone, and I'm going to put myself in it, we could get sidetracked, right? Because we maybe have gone through certain things that we don't want to go through again. And this is what I like to call the easy yet complex thing about everyone, right? We're all on different levels. It's just something that we all have to accept. And the more that we know ourselves, appreciate what we've been through, we can figure out if we want to go through it again, right? If we want to align ourselves with other people that, might not be on our level, whether it's to befriend them, to help them, to support them, to love them, etc., etc., right? It's all a choice and it's all within you. And we have to make these decisions for ourselves, right? Like you were saying, Gary. This is one of the things I always question to people that I interact with. Do you like something because you really like it, or is it something that's been pushed in front of you, right, for days, weeks, months, or even years? And just because it's a trend, just because it's outside, just because people are talking about it, you decided, hey, let me follow the crowd. And I like it too. I want it too. I have to experience it too. And at the end of the day, I gotta ask, is it really something that you want or need? And I digress.
Man, you done make, hold on, y'all. Cover y'all ears for a second. You made me pull the button out. You made me
You
pull the
are a
damn,
mess.
you made me pull the button out. I'm telling you. Sis, look, I was gonna share this with y'all later in the show before I got off. But I'm currently writing my first book, right? My mom and wife been trying to get me to do it for years, and they want me to write like an autobiography, but I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna write about my life lessons, things that I learned in life. But do you know how I'm gonna open that book? I'm gonna share this with y'all now. I'm gonna share it with y'all later. And I'm only sharing this once. You'll never hear from me again until I write my book. But I'm gonna open the book with this statement. I didn't really know myself. I hold on. I didn't really know myself until I learned how much I didn't know about myself. And it's because of what you just said, right? I didn't, when I began to understand myself, I realized a lot of stuff, my feelings, my thoughts, they weren't mine. It was because of the influence around me, the people, the places, the media. It wasn't me. But yeah, I just wanted to share that.
I mean, it's always a process, right? To understand how you can become who you want to be, right? But we're so used to the things that we want instead of the things that we need to progress with. So until we understand that if you want to be great, you need to take these steps in order to get to the greatness. You just taking tippy toe steps. You just taking baby steps. No, sometimes you're gonna have to make that step to where you gotta sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice to be great. Just the same way you sacrifice in love, you gotta sacrifice in being great. All of those steps need to be taken in order for you to reach your plateau. I don't know how people are not tired of rising to an occasion and not wanting to be the occasion. I don't mind having a conversation with Word. I won't mind having a conversation with Lady Shay. You know why? Because we all understand that we are the occasions and we're gaining from each other. She got Lady Shay got something good to say. Word got something good to say. I know. I hope I have something good to say. But being around y'all, it goes back to what the 9% wants to do. A better you is a better us. If you sharpen my tools, I sharpen your tools. We'll be two sharpened entities that can pierce things and break things down and break through walls that nobody else thought they can get through. But some way, shape, or form, we are sharpened enough to go ahead and penetrate things and break down walls and get to areas that no other people can get to. But that's all on you. And the reality is your work is gonna get you there.
Hey, what up, sis? Hey, I was digging that globe that I was watching the I watched a little bit of the live, but I went back and watched the replay. Um, bro, that's and you know another thing, I try my best, and I hope people really do see, because that's why I do it. But I try to be the example, and it's times where I and it's been like this my whole life. Always been like this. Like once I seen like my little brothers and sisters watching me, when I became like fully conscious of it, bro, I had to change my life. Like I started treating women different. Like when I'm not gonna lie, when I was young, I wasn't gonna say I wasn't like no player, but I wasn't trying to commit to no female. I was just having fun, And when I did commit to a female, I committed to them, but I didn't look for it. And it was a lot of females I dealt with that I didn't, I just had fun with. But my little sister's watching me. I don't want them to think like this is how men supposed to treat women. So I had to become the example. When I say my little brothers running around in the street and they were trying to emulate me, and they told me I only do this because I seen you do it, or I had to do something else to show 'em. I got into real estate. You know, like you can be your own boss. Again, try to be the example, even on here. I try to be the example. Like my little brother watched my show all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I got my little cousins watching my show. So I have to be the example. And that's what the nine is, man. We the example. We the solution. We gonna talk about it. We gonna have a conversation. People I hear so many people on here since I've been on here, like people ain't doing this, people ain't doing that. People acting immature. We don't do none of that. We have fun, we laugh, we giggle. We do all that, but we ain't over here trying to destroy nobody. We ain't over here trying to criticize nobody. We ain't trying to make, even when I talk about the behaviors, not criticizing people, I'm just putting people, making people aware. And there's been time where I'm talking about something and I say, hey, I got to work on that, or hey, I do that still, or you know what I'm saying. So no, this is tough conversations that people might not want to hear, because a lot of times, like I said, we all get narcissistic tendencies, right? We all can. I mean, you can become a narcissist tomorrow. If the truth be told, only thing you do is consistently practice the behavior. Something can happen and a switch can flip and you can be a different person tomorrow, good or bad. That's just reality. But people complain that what we got going on over here, that people ain't doing it. A lot of the stuff we talk about, bro, people pay money for if they go to school for it or if they go to therapy for it. People pay money for this information. We giving it for free. People pay Tony Robbins. People on here motivating, inspiring for free. We got life coaches on here, bro. Not just me, Coach Mary Mom. You know, there's a lot of a couple different life coaches on here spitting game for free. Ain't nobody they ain't getting the attention though. But it is what it is. They ain't gonna stop. As long as you reach one person, that person I reach might reach 1 million people. It might not be me who reach 1 million people, but like you said, the message, the person that I reach might reach 1 million people. So as long as the message is getting out, then we good. It eventually come back to me. As for what up, sis?
Go ahead, lady shit. I seen you.
Got it, sis. I'll be quick. I'll be quick. I just wanted to say this before I forget, right? Because of course, y'all was definitely speaking on something that's, like I always say, one of my little phrases, when you know, right? And I definitely love what you both were saying. I just want to add this part in, right? This is just something that I go through, and I'm a bit of a word fanatic, so y'all gotta have to excuse me, right? Forgive me, but sacrifice, right? How I choose to see it, how I choose to view it, how I choose to weigh the options, right? Again, I go back to the basics. What do I really want? What do I really need, right? And what is it gonna take for me to get that implemented, enforced, and structured? Okay, and with that, um, anything and everything that will be considered quote unquote a sacrifice is null and void, right? It's no longer a sacrifice. This is how I see it. I just have to throw that out there again, right? But yeah, it's no longer a sacrifice, it's more of a challenge, right? It's something that's another step, another point, another bulletin that will be accomplished. But if we well, let me say it like this. If I chose to see it as a sacrifice, something that I'm sacrificing, it seems more of something I'm taking away from or something that I don't have, right? So if I see it more as a challenge that it's there, I just can't reach it, right? It's not in the same neighborhood that I'm in right now, but it's got to get to this other neighborhood. It's maybe not at the job that I'm currently at, but it's got to make it to that individual, what is that called? Business, businesswoman. Right? I'm a little tongue tied because I'm multitasking over here, and I wanted to get that out. So, gratitude. But I digress.
And lady shit, I love the way your mind works because I was there, and you know what I did? Like I like how you said challenge, right? You know what I believe in replacing things. I didn't think that word sacrifice was useful to me, so I replaced it with investment. So instead of looking at things as a sacrifice, I look at it like I'm investing. So if it's something that I have to cut loose, I look at the reason why. And now I understand that me cutting it loose is an investment for me to get to where I'm going. So same methodology, right? We did it for the same reason. We seen that, using the term sacrifice made you feel, which made you think a different way. So we wanted to replace it. That's just active. That's how you know you trying to become the best version of yourself because you see an obstacle and you looking for solutions for it. So I love the way you think.
And for me, I'm pretty sure if y'all heard me enough, you probably heard me say this. the obedience to your goal is your sacrifice, right? You're gonna give that time that you value to the goal. So your obedience to your goal is going to allow you to sacrifice the usefulness of the things that you need in order for you to strive for that goal. You know, we have a tendency of striving for perfection, right? And we know that's not achievable, but we won't strive for the goal that's right in front of us, and it's right within arm's length. But we won't do that. We'll reach for the stars, and we ain't nowhere in that stratosphere. But we won't reach to meet the objective that we need to empower ourselves, to improve ourselves. I don't want nobody to change. Word knows is better than everybody. I don't change. I improve. Why do I improve? Because I always fear that you can always change for the worse. You can never improve to get worse. You can only change to get worse. So if you improve in yourself, you got to give yourself the opportunity, the space, the time, and that will help you to get to your goal. So that's why I say, for me, obedience is the sacrifice. It can be better than it too, but for me, it is the sacrifice.
Appreciate you, S for that's the sis, man. Y'all show us for some love. Yo, Riaz, what up, though, little girl? He finally woke up. Uh-oh, the Kraken has awakened. Shout out to Riaz, man. That's my boy. So y'all just got it, man. Y'all dropping sauce, man. I appreciate y'all coming up, rapping with me. 'Cause I wasn't even gonna spit long, but when you getting good conversations, you gotta let the information flow. You gotta let it flow. That's why we do it, so people can get the information. But that was deep, because I believe in um words are power, they create perception. Even when you think of something, it's creating a mood. So you have to be careful of what words you use. And I think that word sacrifice, I don't, just me personally, I just don't think the conception or the construction of the word is useful at all. I mean, because a lot of things, I don't think we truly ever really sacrifice anything. I mean, like, I look at, like, my kids, right? So before I had them, I was able to, I could still buy myself nice stuff, but I don't, because I invest the money into my kids. What am I investing into? To they enjoy their happiness, their nurturing, their production. I mean, just their growth. That's what, instead of spending it on me, I spend it on my family now. I was living in an apartment, now I'm living in a home. So there's different things I pay for now. Lawn service. Monthly, they come out and fertilize my lawn twice a month, and that costs like $175, almost $200. My son's speech, that's 400 a month. All this stuff we paying out of pocket. So I mean, is that a sacrifice? No, it's an investment, because look what I get out of it. I get a nice green lawn. My wife happy because my wife into the lawn. So as long as the lawn is cut and happy, I got a lawn service that come cut every week, once a week. I ain't got to do it. Um, as long as the lawn look manicured, she happy. Happy wife, happy life. My son's speech. He had a hot palate. He had speech. Not an impediment. It's more of a delay, but it's helping him work through that. That's an investment. So the money I would have spent on myself, I don't feel like I'm sacrificing. It's invested. When you cut something off to gain something, I don't think it's a sacrifice. And when you think of the word sacrifice, that's basically the concept of you're letting one thing go for another. So I just think it's a better term that we can utilize and we can get more use out of. That's why I chose to use invest. It creates a different aura, like a different mood. Y'all gotta be careful with these words, man. I promise you.
Um. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Gary.
No, you go. Ladies first. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Again, I'll be quick. I'll be quick. I just wanted to add this really, really quick because I know this needs to be reinforced so much more, right? And I love this particular panel because of this very thing. Okay. I have my own ways, my own views, my own opinions, my own mind, right? And it took a minute. It did. It took a minute. But I am still basking in appreciating my mind and how I think and how I work, right? And likewise for work, you have your own mind and viewpoints and ways to go about your life and what you found that works for you. Likewise, Gary, and I'm sure everyone in the chat, right? And this is my point. Whether it's a word, whether it's a phrase, whether it's a particular ingredient, whether it's name brand clothes or not name brand clothes, right? It doesn't matter what it is. You have to get to the bottom line of what works for you. Not me, but you. Yes, you. And I'm talking about you. Don't look around. I'm talking about you. Right? That's the whole point. Whatever works for you. And when people share their stories and the way that they go about it, it's not to say that it's wrong or right. It's true or false. It's what they've been through. It's what they've experienced. So give them that credit. It's true and it's real for them. It works for them or it doesn't work for them, right? And again, we have to find our own way uniquely to go about life. We can pick and view others as a perspective or a guide for us. But still, when it comes down to it, this is just my opinion, right? We have to figure it out ourselves. And at the end of the day, we got to ask those questions, right? And so, yeah, I think it goes to the mind. For me, that's how I always seen it, right? Even when I was younger. So I got to say this word. I know this is why I just love your energy and your channel because it's all about the mind. Like, come on, it's all about the mind. And once we get this, and we gotta understand the energies and the vibrations. And let me not get into it, but I already know you know. So hey, so yeah, we have to appreciate our minds. We have to appreciate our uniqueness, and we have to ask our questions and see what works for us. And until then, we're just gonna be. I'm gonna leave that there. Y'all got it.
I love the way you just put that because I'm sorry, Gary, I just had to interrupt 1 second. But because even like the way we all three just brought that same concept and hit it 3 different ways. Gary, is some people who will always feel comfortable using sacrifice. And the way Gary broke it down is for those people. It's some people who feel in a comfort, who has comfort. I'm one of them people who are very comfortable with challenges. I feel like every time I'm challenged, I get to, increase another level. So the way you broke it down, like you said, people will resonate with that and they can use that. And then the way I broke it down, when you just, use the term invest, but having these conversations, us not sitting up here bickering whose way is better because of what you just said, and that's the type of environment I try to create. Because I know it ain't just one way to fix something. You're gonna have to have multiple ways. So with multiple perspectives, you can attack it at multiple angles. So I appreciate that you even see that, understand it, and feel it because that's what we trying to create over here. And when I say we, I mean is everyone participating with me. I just run the channel, but it's y'all interaction, y'all viewing, y'all hitting the panels, we creating this. I mean, that's just what's happening. I'm just in control of the channel, but the environment is created by the people. Honestly, I can, determine how I want it to be, but ultimately it's gonna be the people. So I appreciate that. So, okay, I'm going to mute here. It's your show now.
Well, it wasn't my show. I'm just piggybacking off of what Lady Shay was saying. Some people gonna appreciate the word. She is appreciating the word. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, even if you go and do your doldrums, like we always say, it only takes one. You are reaching one. That's what matters. It may not be the millions of people, but you are reaching one. And that alone should be able to allow you to say, you know what, I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep striving. I'm gonna keep going forward. Because at the end of the day, you are resonating with somebody. Somebody is understanding what you're saying. And then the crazy part is you may not want to you don't meet them where they are, but you have people that say, you know what, I got you, word. I'm gonna meet them for you. I'm gonna just bring them up to you. If it's too complicated for me, I'm gonna pick them up and then I'm gonna serve it to you. So that way I'm gonna elevate them to you, so you don't have to feel like you're lowering yourself. That's the thing about teamwork, because the dream can work as long as you got the team that works with it. Okay,
I
nobody
hear.
want to talk.
Oh no,
That
that's
word.
my bad. Yeah, that's my bad. And that's and again, it's like even like talking to Tay, you know, shout out to Tay, man. That's my sis for real, bro. Like man, if y'all only got to really know Tay, y'all love her. But I was talking to her, and she was like, it was like I said, like going back to the title, reality is sobering because she said even you have to know the role you play. You know, you just have to know not only the role, but you got to understand it, and you have to handle that with responsibility and the potential. Well, what we doing, it was an idea, but it's people backing that idea, and now I have a responsibility. So I can't be reckless. I can't be immature. I can't be none of that because it's people who say, "Hey, I believe in what you believe in. I believe in what you're trying to do, and I support it." And for me to not be responsible for that, that's just not who I am. I'm a very responsible person, so taking care of that is priority. So I appreciate what people see, because it's hard. It's not easy, you know, especially when things ain't going the way you desire it to go. It's not easy, and you got home. You got real life stuff going on, and it's not easy, but it's necessary. So I'm gonna keep pushing forward, and I appreciate people like you who I can call and be like, "Man, fuck this," and then I can just vent, and then you tell me to shut up and keep it moving, and then I just keep going. I had to throw that in, bro. I done
Yeah.
lost my.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't keep it pushing, man, that stagnation kicks in, and we already know stagnation kills momentum, and momentum kills dreams, and we ain't got time for nothing to be dying right now. This is a season of blooming. I don't care how
Mhm.
hot it is, you still can grow something in this heat. You understand what I'm saying? So we just gotta keep pushing. That's you, word. That's me. That's Lady Shay. That's Riaz. That's everybody in the chat. Nate, whoever. It's just time for us to keep pushing. Because, like I said, if you allow the stagnation to kick in, man, your dream is gonna be turned into a fairy tale. Fairy tales ain't always coming true. Matter of fact, a lot of like 90% of the time, fairy tales is just that, a tale. It's just something that you're speaking about. So as long as you don't let stagnation kick in, You keep that momentum going, you on your way, on the way up.
And I seen fairy tales turn into nightmares too. So I stopped dreaming a long time ago, bro. I strategize now. I just feel it's more useful. So yeah, I'm not even a dreamer no more. I'm a thinker and a strategizer. If I can think it, then I'm gonna figure out a way to get to it.
As
It's
long as
it's so
you on,
weird. So let's do
I'm
something crazy, y'all. Help me build this. I want everybody in the chat. Uh, let's be a little crazy. Let's build this sector. We'll call it Sector 9. You ain't even got to be part of the 9%. Just be part of the sector. Sector 9. All positivity, motivational, inspirational, and entertainment. That's all we do, man. Just good vibes where people can go, don't have to worry about being criticized, ridiculed, don't have to worry about being broken down, but we go uplift people. That's what Sector 9 is. It's the highest level, the highest number. I'll give you the rest of the information later. But that's what we doing, man. Sector 9. So I like being crazy. I like thinking big. And I don't, not only do I like thinking, I like doing big shit. I like doing stuff that's impossible, bro. Because once you do it, then it's possible. Then it becomes a way of life. So the whole concept of the 9%, of better you is the better us. You is it got so many meanings to it, bro. I can sit. Well, I'm not gonna say so many. I only got 13 different meanings right now. But the main concept, the reason that the whole ideology behind that is, I believe the better the people in the world, the better the world. So if we all individually work on ourselves, that's how we fix everything. So every problem that we have, we can fix it by becoming better people. I truly know that. It's not even a belief, bro. I know that because you can look at the problems and then look at the people causing the problem. And I'm not gonna blame all the people because sometimes people are victims of their own situations and circumstances. You know, sometimes people just don't know better. So instead of me sitting there judging it, I figured out a way to fix it. It's just better. People got to want to do it though. People just have to want to become better people for it to work. But we can make that cool. They can make game banging cool. We can make self improvement cool. So that's just how I look at it.
this is not me being petty, right? Y'all hear me?
Hmm.
This is not me being petty, but let me just show y'all what just happened while we was conversating. Let me just let me just show y'all the testimony that just occurred, right? We stayed on topic. Lady Shay came up. We all stayed on topic. We had Diddy in the building. You see how fast he danced his way the fuck up out of here? All because we
Hmm.
stayed on top. All because we stayed in the reality topic of what we need to do for each other and ourselves. He danced his way up out of here. That's the signs to come. That's the testimony that we need to understand that was just shown to us. As long as we continue to do what we need to do, those little diddy boppers and trolls and whatever you want to call them, they gonna stay on task. Keep your eye on the prize. Stay focused. Keep striving to the finish line. We can do this. Lady Shay can do this. Word can do it. The chat can do it. I can do it. We all can do it. Just keep focused and stay on the path. That's all I wanted to say.
And bro, we had a couple of them come through here. It was at least three. But like you said, just keep it moving. I laugh and keep it moving, bro. Even like if there's a problem, I don't know these people. Just get rid of them and keep it moving. That's what I do. That's how I handle it. But the topic, is more important. And once you know, bro, attention is attention. It's energy. right? Whether it's good or bad. And if you feed people, you feed them, no matter if it's good or bad. So sometimes you just gotta starve people. Then they go somewhere where they get the attention at.
Oh, really quick. Okay, I'm not trying to go out of order, but where you be messing with me too much. I
Why
swear
you
I
say
wanted
that?
to call in, but you had me laughing. I swear it's just the way you choose to word things, right? That's why shout out to the word. But just really quick, I wanted to add this in. Of course, shout out to you, Word. Shout out to you, Gary. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to everyone who's listening, right? Because this is a great topic and I love the title, the reality and the sobering of it, right? Because I swear, yeah, the reality and sobering for me, yeah, it was a nightmare. It was definitely a nightmare, and I was definitely in fantasy land for real. Cause ooh, I thought, and check this out, y'all. I really thought the way I thought was the same way everyone else thought, and ooh, the reality of that one was a nightmare for real. So yeah, it's a challenge. It really is. It's a challenge, and I've always accepted challenges, right? It's something that I just crazily do. I always find, like you said, something impossible to happen. Don't say that around me because I'm going to try to find a way to make it happen. I swear. And I get in so much trouble because it's like, what am I really doing here? What am I really doing? Let me stop. Let me stop. Hands busy. Gotta always find something to do. Otherwise, going crazy. So yeah, I had a lot other things that I wanted to say, but I just wanted to say that though, for sure, for sure. Definitely gotta know yourself, gotta appreciate you, and yeah, sometimes you gotta get a little crazy, gotta get a little wild, and gotta accept some challenges. You gotta take some investments, and yeah, there is a sacrifice, isn't it? Because if you don't do something right for you something's still gonna happen. And then it's like,
Mm,
you're gonna be in a world of trouble. Talk about nightmare, right? Because hey, one thing I don't like is being in a situation that I did not put myself in and I can't get out of it because I don't know how. Drives me crazy. But I digress. Gratitudes. And shout out again to the chat and to everyone who loves thinking outside the box.
Lady Shay, I think you just gave the perfect definition for the term sacrifice. Doing something that does not benefit you, doing something that takes away from you, and you gain nothing. That's how we should use the term sacrifice. If we giving and not receiving, because that's unnatural. That's not. Um, you give to receive, you receive to give. That's just the natural flow of it. So I think you just created a whole new understanding and standard for the word sacrifice, or how it should be looked at going forward. Well, that's how we gonna look at it over here. That's what I said. Yeah, with these conversations would be dope. Um, like man, look.
Be crazy. Be careful with that one now, because like I say, and I will proudly right accept this for me. I'm crazy, and I know I'm crazy, so I will do crazy things. But hey, if it resonates, let it marinate and see if it can digest and fit for you. If not, just let it float, let it float, let it float. But go ahead, you got it.
And I'm gonna tell you this: the only true crazy people are the people who think they ain't crazy. Those are the crazy people. So now, we normal. We just different from everybody else because we see a box, so we don't get in it. We look around it and we recreate other boxes. Let me shut up. But yeah, that's this was dope. I enjoyed it. But I hate to get off, man, 'cause we rocking. But my baby girl woke and she just ran there. My wife chasing her. Well, these kids. What would I do
Ah,
without
exactly. Shout out to the babies, right? Hugs and kisses to the babies. I just want to get in there and go ahead and do my little outro before, because I can be cute and quick with it, because you know how I do. Shout out to you, Word. You already know. Gratitude for allowing me up. Gary, definitely love the live today. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Gratitude is much love. Big respects and honors to you, right? Honor yourself, love yourself, appreciate yourself for being uniquely you. And with that, I'm gone. Much love and peace. Till next time.
appreciate you, sis. And always feel free. You know, the link will be in the community wall. Always feel free to hit it anytime. And drop your link in the chat. Y'all go check out Lady Shay, man. Y'all go check out Lady Shay. Y'all go check out my bro too. Brother Gary Busted Down Brown. Mr. 33 himself. He did a dope live earlier. So definitely check that out. And, you know, he always come up here and bust it down for us. You know, he make words even more consumable. So I appreciate that, brother.
You go ahead, man, and get those babies and love them down, man. Let them uplift you. Let them encourage you. More importantly, let you be dad. You know what I mean? You do what you got to do. We'll catch you on a later tip. With that being said, I'm gonna drop down. I'm out.
I appreciate you, brother. Man, shout out to the whole nine. Shout out to Commander, the General, the Minister of Defense. Shout out to Tate Eat. Shout out to Santina. Shout out to BDB. Shout out to Cat Daddy, man. I got to get Cat Daddy back on the show. We've been missing you, Cat Daddy. I know you watch, but yeah, we need you back on the panel, bro. I'm gonna hit you up. We're gonna do something soon. Shout out to Cat Daddy too. I know I said my brother BDB. Man, y'all get over there. He doing that lawyer game, man. I was in there listening. I wasn't typing, but I was definitely listening because that's my game, man. Phoenix, you know, that's the blind justice. But check out the whole nine, man. Like I said, we creating the nine sector nine. That's what we gonna call it, sector nine. Because that's what we gonna hold ourselves to the highest level, highest frequency of love, man. We gonna spread love. We gonna speak life into people. We will create good environments. We'll have great conversation. We'll have some great entertainment. You know, definitely check out my brother BDB, the Battle of the Beach. Check out the last episode. The nine was on the panel representing with the brother. Tay Eats was up there. Gary Busted Down Brown. I couldn't get up there at that time, but we gonna do it again. So check out that. You know, them episodes is always fly. Check out, you know, the segment, you know, BDB do on this channel. You know, we need answers. You know, that's a dope segment too. We're probably gonna run one tomorrow, so look out for that. We got two good episodes coming up in that segment. We need answers, so definitely check that out. Um, yeah, we're gonna keep pushing, man. If it's only how many of us, man? If there's only 10 of us, man. That's 10 people we reach. Those 10 people reach 10 people, you know, on here, off here. We're gonna make it happen. You know, we're gonna grow, we're gonna get bigger. We ain't got no choice, you know, so we're gonna keep it moving. But until next time, man, y'all take it easy. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate everybody came through, showed the boys some love. Appreciate those cash apps too. I got two cash apps when I wasn't even going live, so I appreciate that. All donations are, I appreciate that because you don't have to. And I know it's hard times out here now, you know, so every dollar counts. So anything people donate, I'm always grateful for. You know, we do this for free. I'm not even monetized yet. So, um, you know, I haven't been doing, you know, topics, you know, because my computer went down, but We'll be back with that. But I appreciate everybody. Y'all know what I always say though. Shep, what up though, bro? Shep, you always late. That's your black. That's because you black. But if it was some ribs and some beer here, you would have been early. But next time I know, just put the beer and the ribs on the thumbnail, and then Shep will come right. He'll be the first one here. So, but that's my bro. Shout out to D Shep, man. Shout out to D Shep, man. Appreciate you, bro. Um, but yeah, man, y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These are the conversations to build nation. And if I say anything that resonate with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression,
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they're scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me.
So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't wanna place